Hello and welcome to my new YouTube channel. This channel is focused on Forex trading and particularly using a system known as quantum trading, quantum wave theory rather, coined by a fellow named Merlin Saint Germain, who's a bit of an odd character, but backtesting it seems to work really well. Moving forward, well, we'll find out. That's what this channel is all about. It's a technical system which you're about to find out all about here. So let's take a look. I already did an analysis on the pound USD. As you can see, we entered a trade. It's gone positive, which is a good thing. And let's open up the chart here and take a closer look at exactly what quantum waves are. I'm sure something you've seen before. If you're a seasoned trader, you'll go, I know this. I've seen these kinds of lines, these parallel lines, but we go into it on a deep level. This is the only system we use. So let's look at the large scale and get our first wave one, which I've done, but let's knock these out here, get rid of these, and start from scratch so you can see just how we arrive at quantum waves. So go to trend line segment, and I always like to go from the high points. So we'll take this high point here, extend our line out, and go to this high point. We'll ignore that wick area and just go to the main candlestick. And for wave one, I like to go with a bright yellow. So let's find that yellow again. There we go. Okay. And then we make a few duplicates. So to find out if this is actually a real wave channel, let's duplicate that and we'll find a few points here. Okay, so here are some lows. We put it to there, and by amazing coincidence, look, we have support here on that same line, support here, support here, support here. We can adjust that a little, get it to the main candlesticks. We had one poke through here. Put that back. But that's one anomaly. Otherwise, it's been a pretty consistent support line. So let's look for more verification on that. We'll go to these resistance lines that happened here. Does it happen again? Over here, yes. So let's fine tune that a little bit. Okay, so we have, again, resistance, resistance. We have the zigzag here. This happens a lot when you see the trend passing through a sort of a mid wave line. It will go a certain distance, retrace almost the exact same amount the other way, and then keep going. This double zag, triple zag, and then went to the top. Yeah, so it looks like we have a pretty good wave one channel going here. Let's do one more. Oh yeah, look at that. See. So again, major resistance all along here. It became support all along here. Again, resistance, resistance, resistance. So that's pretty good evidence and a pretty good indication that we have a real wave channel. So here's our quantum wave one, the big scale. So let's take it down to the 1-day chart, back it out. Now we're going to look for wave two, which is the next scale down. And say it would be here. We started at this high point. We brought it down. Let's back that one. Not that. Let's back the chart off a little. Okay, there. So we had this wave, and I brought it to this high point. Now the trend didn't quite hit this, fell a little short, retraced there. Now we could bring this to the low point here, but never quite reached it down yet, so we would look for the next low point, and here, and of course here it became support again. So that's a little bit of verification. And we would look for more. We had this trend line, bit of support there, resistance, 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 sort of passing through, support there again. So it looks pretty good. Fourth line again, we would see that one, and again resistance, pass through, kind of zigzagged around there, support, pass through, but again a support line here all along this sort of trend, bounced back up, and again support. So this looks like a pretty decent wave one channel. And then we'll go to the next scale down. Now often we'll go then to the 1 hour 10 day to find our wave 3. In this particular case though, it's not quite there. This gets a little too small, I find. So we're going to go back to the 1 day, zoom it out a little there. So we've got the most sort of recent trend after this downtrend, this kind of somewhat uptrend going here, and that would be the wave 3. Again, going from the tops, we had this top, so we have a bit of support there, resistance, resistance again going on this. So let's just take those out and redo it. So if we were looking for a wave 3 on this point, go to our segments, and actually I would say, okay, the trend kind of switched here on the bottom. I'd ignore that one long wick. That's a bit of an anomaly. And you would look there, okay, this kind of looks like the current trend line. Let's bring it up to 3 pixels, make it that bright red we like for wave 3, okay. Excuse me. Duplicate that, and then we would bring it up and say, well, we had a bit of support there, a bit of resistance here. Is this the actual line? Well, it fell short here, so let's fine tune that to the actual current. Okay, that looks closer to what's actually happening here. And then we could adjust that to here and say, okay, well, this is a bit of a patchy section, so but it seems to follow this fairly closely. So maybe this is the actual angle of our wave 3. Let's add another one. Can we verify it more? Well, here we had support again. We kind of jumped through here a little, but support there. I mean, it could have actually, here's our zigzag point. You might want to consider running it through the center of that. And call this support here. We have a zigzag support there. So again, the trend could be like that. So based on these charts, I did enter here at this point, and let's back that out a little. We had our close here, our limit, and the reason for that being, if we back it out a little further, is this wave 2 channel. We bring it right down to there, and that would be kind of the outside. It may well go beyond. It may try to complete this wave 1. We don't know. But to play it safe, to be more conservative, we're just going to trade within the wave 2, which would be up here. I might want to readjust that down a little. If we bring it right there to the peaks, we've got that peak, that peak. That sort of seems more like the realistic sort of inner area. So we'll probably like readjust that down a little for our target point. For now, I'll leave it and just see how this plays out over the next day or two. Our stop loss outside of this section of wave 3 down here, and that is the trade. Not a great risk-reward ratio. Yeah, it was actually less than 1-to-1. So, but I took the trade just to see how it plays out. This is a practice account, not a real account, and we'll be doing a lot more. So tomorrow we'll look at the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, for something totally different, not related to this. We could have gone EUR USD, but that tends to follow the pound dollar. It's almost identical always. So we will look at something different tomorrow. And that's it for today's analysis of our quantum trade. Let's reduce that back down. Here we are, well, at plus 19. So better than being in the negative. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Help us out with the algorithm. Thank you very much. We will talk to you tomorrow. Okay.